Here we are crossing the lights at, as we come round now, you'll come to your left, you see Lion King. It's there at the theatre we call the Lyceum, and this is the edge of Theatreland. Once we cross the river into Westminster, you've got the edge of Theatreland, and lots of theatres along on the left-hand side, so you can see Mamma Mia, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, if you look left and up the roadway there, you can see it up at the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane. And coming along now past the Waldorf Hotel, which is one of the hotels where they still have a traditional English tea dance every month on a Sunday afternoon, and top hat at the Aldwych Theatre there. So you've got all the different theatres. There are over 40 theatres in this district over to your left in this area we call Theatreland, and it makes love civil courts for London. And in front of you, a monument in the middle of the road with a dragon on the top. This is it coming up now, just in the centre of the street. And as we pass it, we leave Westminster and we head into the City of London, which is only a square mile, of course, the original Roman city from 2,000 years ago. So we go back to London's ancient history. This city, although it's a city of 8.3 million population now, it's Western Europe's largest residences down there. This is the National War Memorial, here on the right, in the middle of the road. The Cenotaph, it's got poppy wreaths, all in a line at the bottom on the roadway, and that's where the Queen lays her poppy wreath on behalf of the nation each year on Armistice Sunday in November. So the Cenotaph, the National War Memorial. Now this is Parliament Square. Now we're going to go round Parliament Square, and you've got there. And looking to the left, there's the sloping roof of Westminster Hall, the oldest part of the Parliament buildings, dating back to 1099. On the left, Westminster Abbey, just behind the little church of St Margaret's. So look to your left and you see a huge queue of people waiting to buy a ticket to go into the Abbey. Can you see them all? So there's Westminster Abbey, and there's the main door to go in. It's the north door, so that's the Coronation Church on the left, where William and Kate were married back in 2011. That's the church they're all queuing to get inside. Abraham Lincoln statue, look on the left. There is an American president standing in Parliament Square in front of the English Supreme Court. That's the main court, the highest court in the land, just in there in the Supreme Court building. Past the Cenotaph, and here's Downing Street coming up. Looks through the gates, and down to the end you'll see a blue brick terrace down there. A few people standing on the doorstep, and that's where number 10 Downing Street is, down there, through those gates. And as you can see, the general public are not admitted to Downing Street. You have to have a pass, a special valid pass to go down into Downing Street these days. Let's see these soldiers, shall we? Shall we go by and have a look at these? They're set back in their boxes, and you can see just the nose of the horses as we drive by, the household cavalry. There they are. You can see them there, with their blue jackets, the Blues and Royals. Oh, yeah. There's two of them. It's a little horse, they're normally a bit bigger than that. Or maybe it was the rider. I don't know. Fine. Anyway, the blue you can see along the square. As we cross the lights in a second, look left and you'll see Admiralty Arch, which is the archway going up to Buckingham Palace. There's a big ceremonial avenue from here on the left through the arches. Admiralty Arch takes you all the way up a red tarmacked processional route, and if your eyesight's very good, you'll see Buckingham Palace in the distance as we go all the way up. Straight in front of you, Nelson's Column, and to the left of Nelson's Column there is a brand new exhibit on the 4th plinth in Trafalgar Square. It is a sapphire blue cockerel, bird, yes, and it makes a nice change from all these dreary old bronze statues that they have, doesn't it? Anyway, have a look left first and see if you can see Buckingham Palace through Admiralty Arch. There we are, look left and up. Can you see it all the way up the avenue? There we are. And keep looking right and you can see a big blue bird there in front of the National Gallery. There he is, look, isn't that fantastic? That's just been there 2 weeks. keep looking right, and you can see a yellow building with the Canadian flag on the top, and that's the Canada House. That's the Canadian High Commission buildings, and the Canadian High Commissioner now has a wonderful view from his office overlooking the Blue Cockerel. So I hope he appreciates it. He'll be there until
the Grand Old Duke of York, the brother of King George IV, who was always in debt. And when they put that statue up, that column up to him, they always said he was just out of reach of his creditors up there.
See, he, like his brothers, they were terrible for debt, the Georgian princes, and that's the Grand Old Duke on his column. Now this road takes us up to a very famous junction. This is Piccadilly Circus at the top of this road, and Piccadilly Circus is a junction of, it's a place where lots of roads meet, as you can see. This is Regent Street, named after the Prince Regent, and then you've got Piccadilly, Shaftesbury Avenue, Coventry Street and Haymarket, and they all come together at this one junction called Piccadilly Circus. And if you come up here in the evening when the shadows are lengthening and it's getting a bit dark, all the buildings are all lit up with these huge electronic advertisements all the way round. It's a very colourful place in the evening indeed, and it's on the edge of the theatre district, so people rendezvous here, they meet here to go to the theatre or go for a meal or go to see a film at one of the many cinemas in the area. And the statue is made of metal, and it's a metal called aluminium. Can you say that? Aluminium. There we are. That's the one. And around him, the roads radiate towards the theatres of Shaftesbury Avenue, Coventry Street, and Haymarket.
Why is that roof green? Is that out of copper?